my web server took down OBS. I don't know if that's actually what happened, but yeah, pretty interesting. Okay, so it looks like I am getting the data files. Can you guys hear me again? Am I back? Is the stream live? Um, okay, nice. Sorry about that. Okay, so it looks like I am getting the data files, but we're getting a 404. So pretty interesting. Let's go to localhost 3000. We are, okay, so this is interesting. This is maybe a framework error, right? So let's go in here, main.js, and we're just gonna, this is gonna give us the best overall idea of what's going on with the app. We're just gonna console log, do 3, and then the URL data, and we're going to refresh the page, and it's going to spit out all the information we could possibly want to know. So all the stuff about the URL, but also, the most important things, the page params. So username is James, page name is username. I know what's happening. So I made a new feature. No, but really it's a new feature. So a new feature where in pages, you need a username.hbs in order to render this page. So this is one of those things that I should have known I was going to run into. So we'll do that, and this index page can just serve this one. So now it splits it up a little bit better. So now in Remake, if you go to /username, it's going to use the username HBS file to render that, whereas if you go to just /, it's going to render it with index.js, which is kind of what you would expect, I think. The username HBS is definitely a new convention, but I think it's been a long time coming in the web development world. Personal opinion, definitely. Okay, so we'll try this out. It looks like it's working for single tenant, and if we go into our data and we go into app data, we can see is completed true for our personal to-dos, and personal to-dos has been renamed. And if we undo that in our data, boom, it's updated here too. I actually really love this fucking framework. Okay, so that's awesome. Okay, so it looks like that's working. And I changed this. I guess the other thing I would be worried about is the assets. The assets, I think, are being compiled to the right place. CSS, main, 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 main. We got flash errors. Boom. Okay, nice. I think we've got it. I think we've got a working single tenant version of the app. Yeah, it seems like we do actually. It seems. Always seems. Okay, so we did these to-dos. Let's commit this and be done with it. So we'll say we removed extra multi-tenant apps and pages index. Boom, 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 get keep. Oh, I removed get keep? Oh, from users. That was something I wanted to keep. Well, I guess it's created for us anyway, so we actually don't need to get keep it. So yeah, let's get rid of it. Just really cowboy it up in here. Okay, so remove extra multi-tenant apps. Boom, committed, pushed. Now we're going to go into git checkout master, and we're going to merge in develop. Develop. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so then this is a kind of crazy town right here. Okay, we just merged it and pushed it. So now this is all code that is published and you can use, and now we have to update the changelog. So if we go into, oh, well, before we, actually, it's not all updated. Where is it? Yeah, because the remake CLI will pull the templates and the example apps from master. So I think it is working. I don't think I need to update. Um, I don't think I need to update. What is it called? The CLI at all. I don't think I need to update the CLI for every new push like I used to have to do. Because now the CLI, let's look at that real quick, does something pretty nifty in that it doesn't store any of the framework code here. It stores the framework code here, remake framework.git. And it's just cloning from the default, which would be master. So yeah, it is actually updated. So yeah, hopefully it works for everyone. I have been testing it for a little while, so I'm not just kind of doing this spur of the moment, but I'm just always worried, especially when we actually don't have any tests in this framework yet, which Android did work on very diligently. And I am going to get that in here soon. Yeah, but not quite yet. I guess I could work on merging those in, actually, Android. What do you think? Should I? I probably should, before it's too late, you know? If too much time passes, I'm not even gonna get it in. Oh, I guess I have to, I guess I have to update this somehow. Yeah, I probably should. Okay, so changelog, we're gonna open this and we're gonna add this stuff. Why, Forsaken GM says, why can't you just program money? Yeah, that would be nice. Are you meaning like you could just like be like function give me money, and then it would just give you money? So I think is this a minor release, multi-tenant? Maybe we go up 2 minor releases just for fun. Now I'll do 1.50 October. That would be pretty sweet. I think that's pretty much most most developers' dreams, right? Okay, added support for multi-tenant mode, which allows running multiple remake apps in the same, inside the same. You put the $ on the wrong end. It's supposed to be on the front. Inside the same remake instance. Added support for multi-tenant mode. Okay, it reads templates, partials, and data on the fly and caches nothing. So apps can be changed and caches nothing. So apps can be changed without reloading the server. To support this, we now have a directory helpers library that fetches data and templates depending on which app you're in and takes into consideration if you're in a single tenant instance. Also, we parse the URL params differently depending if you're in multi-tenant mode or not. For further information, for a guide on how to set up a multi-tenant instance on your local machine, go here. Okay, your game started. Have a good game. Oh, you're competing for monies. Don't bet too much, but very, very good luck to you, sir. And I hope you win and you make a ton of money. Good luck. Okay, then we're going to open up Notion. And we're going to go into set up multi-tenant. There we go, this is the one. And we're gonna share, we're gonna copy the page link, and we're gonna just paste this in there. User details now contains each user's details now contains the app name that the user belongs to. User was created in. We parse the URL parameters at a higher level so we can use them wherever we need them without having to parse them again. Added minimum support for browsers. Added list of minimum supported browsers in Babel RC. Create a new asset bundler that can transpile any file that doesn't start with an underscore instead of, I'll just say parentheses before it. Just work with main.js and main.sass. The new asset bundler also supports multi-tenant builds. Boom. Okay, so we're going to go into a remake and we're going to pull. What do I need to pull? Oh, the issue templates. Oh, interesting. Okay, and then changelog. Update changelog, sure. And push. And we're going to version remake now, the CLI. Even though the CLI didn't change, we're going to still version it because it's producing a different output, so we should probably version it. So we're going to do npm. Oh, I forget. Do I do version? I think it's, yeah, is it version and then minor? Yeah, there we go. npm version minor, npm publish. Oops. Push. Okay. Published. Okay. 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 So I published the new version, so now I should have, yeah, the new changelog here, and we should be at 1.50, which we are. Okay, nice. So that is all taken care of. We've got a bad gateway over here because we're not on the multi-tenant version, we're on the single-tenant version. Okay, now we're going to add our special super duper awesome new super crazy cool feature, which means we have to decide how we're going to support plugins. I guess it can be on a case-by-case basis for now. I mean, in the future, we probably want to have an array of plugins, and you can pass in different plugins. But for now, I would be fine. I'd be fine with this being an almost default, a very strongly encouraged default. So let's just look at it. So let's look in yeah, yeah, we can save that, whatever. So let's get rid of the CLI, open up the framework, and we're going to go into our client-side code. Oh, actually, we're going to go into our assets too. So in JS, so what needs to change in order for the reordering to work? Well, in order to figure that out, we actually do need another file in here, which is the, not the adventure story, but TaskFellow. I've done so much since the good old days of TaskFellow. What have I done? I did that primes thing. Special deep extend was after TaskFellow? Yeah, that makes sense because I was trying to do adventure story. So I did adventure story after that. I did Christini. That was fun. And then update, remake, hello world, adventure story tutorial. I tried doing that. Remake framework, remake. And the multi-tenant stuff. Okay, well anyways, let's bring it back to TaskFellow. Let's open this up to a simpler time. Oh, this is back when we had the templates directory and we had public. Weird. Okay, so um, hmm. So let's see. Add item. So whenever you add an item, we're going to get the stack element. And then we're going to create, oh, okay, yep. Okay, so this is when we create a new list. So a new list in the Trello clone. When we create a new list, we're going to just make all the items in that sortable, and then we're going to save the page because we created a new list. The other thing we do is we just get all of the individual items in each list that already exists, and we're going to just make them sortable. Okay, yep, and when the new one's created, we make it sortable too. Okay, and stack sortable in it. So this is the overall stacks need to be sortable too. Okay, so basically it's you know what I want to test? I want to test. Yeah, no. I guess I don't need to test it. Okay, so whenever you add a new item, if that has sortable items inside of it, you need to initialize those. Okay. And then also there just needs to be like a query selector and a group name for the other ones. So what this could look like is in our init function, we could just say sortable, and then something like this. And we could say sortable library. Sure. I guess we're looking for sortable JS in particular. So we could do this sortable just JS library, and then we could point to sortable. And then we need basically an array. I don't know what's named. I guess we can say sortable items. That can be its temporary name. So this is going to be an array of objects, and each object is going to have a selector as well as a group. And we'll just make it be group because that's what they're using here, and selector there. And yeah, we're just going to default to saving when after it's reordered. Okay, so then this would look like selector, groups, group, tags. And then this would look like this. Stacks and stacks. Selector. Okay, so not great. Still requires quite a bit of configuration, um, but it's pretty flexible. Um, like I guess the other idea would be just like anything in a list could be sortable. So then if anything in a list is sortable, when we include the sortable library, we actually don't need any of this. That's one idea. I don't like that idea because if you're adding a sortable library, that doesn't necessarily mean you want everything to be sortable. You might just want a couple things to be sortable, so it's nice to be able to specify them. The other option would be to, instead of all of this, just have a list, and you could just specify the item name. Instead of the query selector in the group, you could just be like something like this: tax and um, stacks. And then if we look at the templates, pages, is it on the home page? Yeah, pack. So pack, stacks. So this would look for, I think, a data O key or something. And then it would make every item in here sortable. So wait, let me see this again. So if we go into home, I really like how much this framework has evolved over time. It used to be quite a bit more complicated. Um, okay, so where was I? Stacks. Okay, stacks. So this is actually the one that's being sortable. And then for the tax, stacks. Wait, where at? What is this? Stacks. Stack. Okay, so it's going to be in here. This is where the taxes are going to be. So we got tax here. And again, it matches up to the key. So we could just make it match up to the key. And then we're assuming it's a list that has a key and a parent object, which isn't out of this world to assume. The other thing, the other solution, so we could say either assume each name references a okay, so for this one, so either one, assume each name references a data O key value and represents a group name. Or two, assume each name references a class name and represents a group name. Whereas this one doesn't make as many assumptions and is more flexible. I mean, I'm not really sure which one's better. I guess for this one, I would prefer this to be the class name as well as the group name. Hey Virgo Pros, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I kind of like it being the class name, I guess, better than the data O key. But this one is more flexible. You know what it could be? It could just be like selectors. And then the group could literally be the selector. And then if later on we wanted to add a group name, then we could make it also support this object syntax. Let's look at sortable.js. Sortable.js, I think, is going to make our mind for us. Wait, how did this library get so much uglier? This page used to be so nice, and now it's, I don't know, this cream background is a little off. But ooh, that sorting is smooth as heck. Oh man, that's so nice. Ooh, geez, that's so nice. Ooh, beautiful. Okay, so anyways, same group. Okay, what can a group name be? So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna say group, or name. Oh, it doesn't tell us any rules about the group. Okay, here we go. Drag elements from one list to another. Okay, name, string, group name. So it's just a string, I guess. It can probably be anything. So we can probably start. It can probably just be a class name. Um, that's funny, I guess. Okay, so does it make sense that things that have the same... It's okay, don't worry about it, Android. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to review your code. I totally forgot about it. I moved on to the feature. But this is a feature you totally requested too. So you're not allowed to yell at me. Um, no, I'm gonna get to your testing framework really soon. You know what? It's just overwhelming because there's so much in your uh, in your code. So if we go self-test, right? So like I'm just worried about, so get project info, we totally got rid of this, but I don't think it's necessary anymore. And then this we also don't need. So I wish, can I just delete it? No. I don't know what to do. I guess can I just merge it and then undo the changes to that file? And then init gen, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. These are all in the test folder, so these are fine because they're not affecting the main thing. Uh, and then this is in the test folder. Oh, and this is all your test code. And then this is their fonts. You include so many fonts. That's funny. Normally, okay, so this is in the test folder too. Test folder, tests, package JSON. You even change my build. No, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But you didn't change this one, right? Okay, just making sure. Okay, yeah, so you have two new build commands. Okay, yeah. I don't know, it doesn't look too bad. Let's try it, I guess. So I did promise I was going to do it. So let's go into Remake Framework. We haven't changed anything yet. Let's save this for later. Let's decide on what we're going to do real quick. I'm not going to implement anything. I'm just going to decide what I'm going to do. So sortable.js, we're going to pass in like this. And then we're going to do this or this. Is it reasonable to assume that things with the same class want the same group name and so want to be able to pass things between those? So if you have, like, for example, to-dos, and then you have another to-dos list over here. You want to make both of those sortable. Does it make sense that you would want to drag from one to-do list to another? I'd say most of the time, probably. But even if you didn't want to give them the same group name, how would you do that? You'd need some way to differentiate them, so you'd have to give them a different class anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with this one. So we're gonna go with this. So each name is a selector and a group name. Okay, assumption. I'm gonna just go with that. Hopefully it's not too bad. So we're gonna copy this, we're gonna paste it in another file, and we're going to put it in our current folder, and we're gonna say sortable plugin.js. And we're gonna say to do, and we gotta think about, actually let's think about it real quick. So again, I'm not coding, but I'm just figuring this out real quick. So if you add a new item, you're going to want to scan it for these selectors, and if you find one of these selectors, you're going to make it sortable. Now, the problem is that the stack element, I believe, nope, it just has stack in it, so it doesn't have stacks. So that would work, actually. We would scan it, we would find this one, but not this one, so we would make this one sortable, which would work, I think. Oh, geez. And this init, and this init, and that's fine, and we're just saving it afterwards. Yeah, these are pretty plain, pretty easy. Okay, yeah, that works for me. So when adding a new item, oh wait, here's the thing. So, oh no, it would be whenever we're adding any new item. Okay, so in add item callback, search for elements that match the sortable classes. If you find one, make it sortable. That's it. Simple, simple, simple. And when page loads, or after page loads, make all sortable, all selectors, all sortable, selectors, sortable. Sure. Okay, and that should work. Let's undo this for now. Oh geez, that's going to take too long to undo. Let's search Remake framework, save, discard. Okay, cool. So let's remove that. Okay, so we'll get to the sortable JS plugin hopefully by the end of today, but if we don't, at least we'll have done the self-test. Okay, so self-test styling. Great branch name, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. So we're going to do git checkout develop, and then we're going to git merge master, just to make sure we're up to date. We are. And then we're going to do git merge self-test styling. Yes. Origin / Okay, Cool, so we got some merge conflicts. Okay. So we are going to, wait, why is this conflicting? I thought we didn't have it anymore. Discard changes. Discard changes. Okay, and package JSON. Okay, so in package JSON, yeah. So we're gonna do package JSON, and we gotta fix this. Oh my goodness. So head is this. And self-test styling is this one. So we just want this and this. Build self-test. Yeah, I think we just want these two. So let's copy those and let's discard changes to this. Very dangerous. No, but I think it's fine. And we'll do self-test, boom, boom, npm run, build self-test and echo, boom, parcel, build. Okay. Test. Okay, so maybe that'll work. Okay. And then these, we got is empty random string. Okay, I'll allow it, I guess. Styling. Style, that's fine, I guess. Prism CSS. I don't like these being duplicated, but that's okay. Fonts. They're in a totally different repository though, so it makes sense that they're duplicated, but it'd be nice. Okay, state simple steps. Log level. Yeah. Yeah, we probably should. Okay. I'm probably gonna want to rewrite a few of these, but they're actually not that bad. I mean, not that good. They're not that good. Pretty much all this is crap. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is not too bad. Very thoroughly documented and pretty clear. That's good. Using class list, display. For this one, I probably would have used a class. What? We still have this class in here? What is this doing in here? I thought we got rid of it. Okay. Selftest.html. J. That's weird. No, that's not that weird. So we're using I on the outer one and then J on the inner ones. Okay. Okay, so that looks good. Self-test CSS. What is this nth of type thing? Pre-nth of type, make the first preview and second results have a width of 50%. Why do all of the following ones have a width of 0? I don't know. It's a little messy, but it's not too bad. Okay, let's try building it. So we're gonna do self-test, I believe, is what we can run. npm run self-test. Npm run self-test. Building, building, merging, building, merging. But why? No, it's okay. Okay, so let's open up what it says to open up, which I believe is in Remake Tests. This one. And we're going to run all the tests. And the test pass, test pass. Okay. Looks like it works. Looks like it wasn't too hard, actually. I was afraid of it. I'm going to rename this, or no, I'm not. I'm going to merge this before things get... So these are all in the test file, and then we just have package.json. Okay, so added, what is the type of test we're using? Get data from root node. Added tests for get data from root node. Okay, let's commit it, commit it, and push it. And we're going to go into git checkout master, git merge develop, and push this out. Now we have testing. And now we're going to go into remake. And we're going to go into the README. And we're going to go all the way to the bottom. And we're going to say contributors. Okay, how do you want to be listed, Andrew? Do you want it like Andrew? Is it like this? Oh, yeah, we'll have that too. But we can list it at the bottom of the README too. Contributors. Does this have a standard format? What? Did I spell it wrong? Contributors? Contribute. Did you spell it wrong? Or did I spell it wrong? Oh, I spelled it O-R and you spelled it E-R. I think. I think it's O-R. Yeah, huh. You didn't even know how to spell it. Okay, I'll just say, not that you know of. Okay, contributors.md. It's going to try to go to a website. Yeah, seriously. Big mistakes. Sorted alphabetically. Okay, so we'll say, let's edit this file. Just get this format. Okay. Contributors. Okay, so we'll say remake contributors. We don't have to say sorted alphabetically for now. And how do you want to be listed? It's contribute. Oh wait, it is. No, this has a contribute. It's supposed to be contributing. No, I don't believe you. I don't believe it at all. What? Oh my goodness. Is it really? Why wouldn't it just be contributors? Contributing. Oh, is it really? I don't know why this is such a big deal to me. Yeah. Okay, it's contributing. Okay, let's save this. Contributing. Okay, cool. Andrew Dejean. Okay. That's linking to GitLab on GitHub. Are you serious? Okay, and we'll say developed a testing framework for get data from root node. We'll say for remake, with the first test being for get data from root node. Okay, and do you want to put anything else in here? Like tested the first, how about like tested early versions of Remake? Remake contributors. Okay, cool. So let's go back into Remake, contributing, and we also want to update the README. So we'll do this, I guess. Okay. Added contributing.md. Okay. Push. And now you should be on the main framework page. I don't think I'm gonna like really promote this. So I don't think I'm gonna like have community-oriented stuff on this page. Are you okay with that? Not being in the contributors here. Remake framework used by the Remake CLI projects. Well, it's just two different things to maintain. I'd rather just have everything be on one spot. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is the one. Sharing with the internet. Oh wait, okay, so now we gotta edit your code. Okay, so remake framework. So we're gonna go into tests. Wait, where do you? So this is the generated one, and then this is the source one. Yeah, that makes sense. And then, okay, so we're gonna change this class name to m dash. We'll just say margin 5. Just really boring class. Just so we don't offend anyone. Okay. Okay. And another one. Okay. That should work. And then the other thing I want to change. Wait, why do you have self-test CSS out here and then other CSS files in here and then Prism.js in here? I guess Prism.js is kind of styling. But it's very weird that you have some CSS and some JS. Yeah. Okay, we're going to rename this to CSS. And we're going to here replace this. The styling folder is all of your website. Oh, CSS and stuff. Okay. So let's say CSS there. Okay, so it should still work, I believe. Okay. Yeah. I think it still works. I think it could still be worked on a little bit to make the, like, to organize the files a little bit. But I really appreciate this, Andrew. This is a huge thing and very, very nice to have. I want to add like some more detailed tests in here too. Where do you put the expected output for these tests? Like, how does it know that it passed the test? Client side. Um, but it's like, okay. Hmm. No, no, but like, so like in a test, you have like you have like this, and then you have the expected output. So where, like, how does it know that it passed? Is it not testing that? Is it just testing that it can parse it? Oh, okay. So it's just testing that it can parse it. And I guess it's a visual test of like going through each one and making sure it's spitting out the right thing. So I think, yeah, I don't think that's exactly what um, most people are gonna think. Yeah. So I think maybe, I don't know if you want to work on it. The next step would be putting this ahead of time and then matching it up against the result and using something like a deep equal library. Um, Something like this or this, where it's going to test whether two objects or two arrays are equal, and then only then saying test passed. Um, and ideally specifying the results in like another file or something. Um, yeah, that would be pretty cool. But actually, maybe we could create uh, maybe we could create two files, like two JSON files or something. I don't know if JSON would be the best approach. but basically two files, one with the HTML, like in a list, like HTML1, HTML2, HTML3, etc., etc. And then in the other file having the results in the same list. And then we could, parse this and then see if it matches the results. And then generate all of this based on reading those files. But I don't know, that might be too much. I guess just for now, we just need a deep equal this to what we expect it to output, which just so happens to be this. Exactly. But yeah, that would be good. Okay, back to the framework. I only have about 13 more minutes. I started about 2 hours ago. How do you set which command has to be tested? Oh, well, I don't think we have to worry about that right now. That's kind of like optimizing it before we need it. I think there will be other commands that we want to test in the future, and we'll probably use the same test framework that you came up with, but we can generalize it at that point. We don't have to generalize it right now. But it could just be like the folder name, for example. So like we could have tests, and then we could say I don't know what you would call it, but like test instances, and then inside of test instances, you could have get data from root node. And then inside of here, you'd have the source, and then the expected. And I don't know what data format that would be stored in. It could be stored in HTML, actually. Yeah. But that would be interesting. I'll delete it for now. HTML1, HTML2. I don't know. I'm not sure either of them are good. It just would be really elegant if when you went into the file, it was just where is it? So if you went into the file and it was just like this, followed by this, and this was called, like expected, or not expected, initial.html, something like that. I think that's nicer than the alternative. So you could just like grab the HTML from this, insert it into some kind of parent element, grab all of the children, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, we probably, yeah, true. Okay, well, I'm gonna get back to the other framework stuff. Okay, so remake framework. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, I just changed the name from styling to CSS. Then I change that there, and I change that margin. Okay, clean up tests. Commit and push. Okay, so now I'm going to go work on develop. And I'm going to merge what I have in master. And then I'm going to check out sortable. Plugin. Okay. So now, geez. Now we have to bring task fellow in, I guess, in order to test it. I guess we don't really need to. We could just make what we already have sortable. Let's do that. Let's not do the whole thing of bringing task fellow in, which is crazy. Okay, so let's go back into here. And I only have like, I don't know, 10 more minutes, so I'm probably not going to finish this, but you never know. So we're going to do sortable here, and we're going to do npm install sortable.js, and we're going to import sortable.js from sortable.js. And then we're going to pass this in here. So we're going to say sortable. Sortable.js is equal to sortable.js. And what was the other thing? Sortable items. Okay. And we're going to make what item sortable. So if we go into pages and we go into username, we're going to make the to-do list sortable. Okay, so now if we go into remake init, which should be not here, but oh no, I guess it is here, isn't it? Is it? Init. Init input event listeners. Crazy. Okay, so let's go in here. No, wait. This one. So this is, we're knitting in input.js, which actually requires everything else into it, so that's why this works. And we're going to just console log the options that we have. When the page loads, and we're going to, are we running? We're not running it yet. Okay, and we're going to refresh. Oh, it didn't load yet because we haven't stopped building yet. Okay, cool. So now we've got sortable. Sortable is equal to, nice, sortable JS with that L and the options. Okay, so now we should have options data. We should have sortable in our options data, sortable.js, and we should have the other things too. So now let's create a new file called sortable elements, I guess. I mean, I'm fine with that for now. And we're going to do export default init sortable elements. Okay. And we're going to import init sortable elements from, and I don't know why I'm using camel case here instead of dash case, but it's the convention I've used here already, so let's go for it. So sortable elements, and we're gonna init that here, but only if we have options data. If options data dot sortable, then we're gonna init the sortable elements, and we're gonna pass. We could pass in the options data here, but we could also just import it. So I guess, I don't know. We'll just import it from here. And we're going to console log 1, 2, 3, options data. Yeah. Are you saying that I'm getting into it right now? Oh, I might have run into an error. Nope. Huh. Console log. Sortable. Oh, that stinks. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't think my JavaScript was rebuilding. Yeah, sorry, Andrew. That really stinks. I don't think my JavaScript is recompiling. Well, fuck. Okay. npm run dev. Sortable elements. Sortable elements is in input.js. Oh, it's because I didn't do the dot slash. Ay. Sortable. What is going on here? What is this? It's not showing me any errors or anything. Is it even trying to recompile? I don't even know. Another error. Export default. Oh, I didn't say function. Okay, so I think I'm just not getting any errors. Shit. From my asset bundler. So let's look at this process file. npx parcel is production. It's not production, so it should just be this one. Out directory, out file, no source maps, no content hash. Why is it not outputting errors? Huh. I don't know. I actually have no idea. Oh. Oh God. I know why. Oh God. Well, it's fine. I think it's fine for most people. Obviously, it makes doing development work a lot harder. But basically, we're not watching this remake folder in order to jeez. Fuck. Yeah, we should also be watching _remake client side. But we're only watching app assets. Okay, well, I'm gonna just continue on just rebuilding every time, I guess. For now, I don't know what else to do. This sucks. Things were so much easier before the multi-tenant version came along. Okay, well, anyways, now I'm compiling. That's nice. Now I just have to make no mistakes and build a full thing without making any mistakes. Yep. Okay, so now we got 444 sortable items, sortable JS. Nice. Sortable elements, options data, watch function, sortable. Okay, so let's say sortable options, and we're going to say options data dot sortable, and we should have in here sortable items. Let's say sortable selectors instead. So in app.js, we could just say selectors actually. And so we're going to do sortable JS selectors. Console log. Okay, rebuild. Make sure I'm getting the new thing, sortable JS, and the array. Okay, cool. So now I want to do two things. After the page loads, make sortable selectors sortable. So we're going to do that with the task filler code. So we're going to go into public index.js, and it's going to be like this. Okay, and we're going to say selectors for each. Select jar. Jeez. And I believe this should work. Sortable list element is going to be this, and then we're going to do array from for each item element. Oh, okay. So this is the sortable list element, and this is the sortable list elements. Okay, and then we're going to grab that, and the group is going to be the selector. On end, okay, maybe it'll work. So this should just work when the page loads. Let's try recompiling. Please no errors. Looks like it might work. Let's log in as, who's the user we have? Remake data, James.